All those who follow the way of the greatest creator will have a wonderful future. Xiefeng, February 12, 2011. Translation edited by Qin Yu. As a messenger of the greatest creator, I can assure you that all those who follow the way of the greatest creator will have a wonderful future and will enjoy the infinite pleasures of life in the kingdom of the greatest creator. This kingdom includes the enduring Life-Echanuan era, the 1,000-year world, 10,000-year world, the Elysium world, and its celestial island continent. This is an unchangeable law. The combination of sperm and eggs gives rise to the carrier of life. The combination of seeds with suitable soil will make the seeds germinate, grow, flower, and bear fruits. The south and north poles of a magnet attract each other. The simultaneous intake of vitamin C and shrimp can cause arsenic to form in the body, leading to fatal bleeding. Distance covered is the product of velocity and time. An object can escape the Earth's gravitational pull if it reaches a speed of 11.2 kilometers per second, and it can leave the solar system if it reaches a speed of 16.7 kilometers per second. Still water without the infusion of running water will stink from putrefaction and eventually dry up. The reaction between copper oxide and dilute sulfuric acid will result in copper sulfate and water. In Euclidean geometry, the angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. On Earth, one will return to the starting point if they keep going forward by following a certain longitude or latitude. Water will turn into ice at 0 degrees Celsius. These and many other laws all are inevitable. We will reach any place that our footsteps guide us to. If we break laws, we may end up in prison. In autumn, we will harvest what we have sowed in the fertile soil in spring. According to the principle of gravity and attraction, kind actions and kind thoughts will beget good results, while evil actions and evil thoughts will incur evil consequences. If you chase the sun, you can escape from darkness. If you chase darkness, you can hardly see light. He who stays near vermilion gets stained red, and he who stays near ink gets stained black. Persisting in evil brings about self-destruction. One will get intoxicated if he drinks too much, and will have a bulging stomach if he eats too much. People near mountains can distinguish between bird calls. People near waters know about the habits of fish. Worship Buddha, and you will acquire the Buddhahood. Seek the way of celestial being, and you will attain the spiritual state of a celestial being. The buildup of quantitative changes will result in qualitative changes once the critical point is surpassed. Everything that lives must die, and everything that dies must live. Each flower is a Bodhi, and each grain of sand reflects a world. The universe is holographic. The two poles are interconnected, and the extremes of things must be opposed. Gazing for long impairs blood, lying for long impairs qi, sitting for long impairs muscles, standing for long impairs bone, and walking for long impairs tendons. A benevolent person speaks kindly, sees kindness, and acts kindly. If a person performs 3 deeds of kindness every day, he will be granted blessings by heaven in 3 years. A ferocious and evil person speaks wickedly, sees wickedness, and acts wickedly. If a person performs 3 deeds of unkindness every day, he will be dealt disaster by heaven in 3 years. All these and many others all are inevitable. Those who walk the way of the greatest creator are destined for a beautiful future, as it is an immutable law and principle. The greatest creator is the supreme being in the universe, the ultimate authority. Those who abide by the will of the greatest creator and live and act according to his wishes will inevitably receive his blessings and grace. If a son asks for bread, the father will not give him a stone. If we obey the greatest creator, he will surely reward us with special blessings. The greatest creator is eternal, and if we walk in his way, we too will become eternal. The greatest creator is the fountain of wisdom and the origin of life. If we walk the way of the greatest creator, we can gain wisdom and new life. The greatest creator is love and truth, and if we walk his way, we can attain love and truth. In the universe, there are 36 dimensional spaces, 20 parallel worlds, heaven and hell. If we obey the greatest creator and follow his way, he will surely place us in the most beautiful world in space. The greatest creator will never give good things to rebels and bad things to obedient ones. If so, where can we find justice and laws in the world? As a result, There would be no necessary connection between cause and effect, and everything would be in chaos. In fact, everything is orderly. Therefore, if we revere, obey, believe in, and follow the way of the greatest creator, we will surely have a beautiful future. The words of the Tathagatas are truthful and correspond to reality. They are ultimate words, neither deceitful nor heterodox. Jesus Christ, Buddha Sakyamuni, and the celestial being Lao Tzu are all Tathagatas. They will not deceive us, and they have no need to deceive us. Their teachings and instructions, in a nutshell, tell us to follow the way of the greatest creator. If we follow the way of the greatest creator, we can enter the kingdom of the greatest creator, the Elysium world, and we can become celestial beings. According to Life-Genuine values, the future of those who follow the way of the greatest creator lies in the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, the Elysium world, and its celestial islands continent. Everything is inevitable. What you believe in, you can achieve. The way you take will yield corresponding results. The brightest, easiest, most direct, and most beneficial way in the world is the way of the greatest creator. The most nutritious drink in the world is mother's milk, and the best way to secure the most beautiful future is the way of the greatest creator. 走上帝之道者的人生顺利美好. Those who walk the way of the greatest creator will have a smooth and wonderful life. Xiefeng, February 13, 2011. Translation edited by Qin Yu. There is a kind of life that is worry-free, full of love, healthy, and smooth sailing. There is a kind of life that is constantly troubled, full of pain, lacking love, and full of obstacles. There is a kind of life that is sometimes bright, sometimes dark, fluctuating, half happy and half worried, and often encountering ups and downs. Why is this? Is it a destiny set by heaven? Is it a problem of the times? Is it a social problem? Is it a problem with friends and relatives? Is it a problem with nature? Or is there another reason? My understanding is that the quality of life depends on the path we choose to walk. Even when it comes to acquiring life resources, some people rely entirely on their own hard work to acquire them. Some acquire them through parasitic means without labor. Some acquire them through extortion and exploitation. Some acquire them through corruption and theft. And some acquire them through deception and fame stealing. Different ways of acquiring lead to different life experiences, different realms of feeling and experience, different outcomes, and therefore different lives. There are countless paths in life, but which one is the best? My view is that the best path in life is the way of the greatest creator. To make life smooth and beautiful, walk the way of the greatest creator. Or to put it another way, walking the way of the greatest creator is the most reliable guarantee for a smooth and beautiful life, and no other way can bring as much happiness. Is this really the case? We can observe, experience, practice, and verify. My conclusion is that if a person's life is smooth, beautiful, and trouble-free, it can be affirmed that he has always been walking the way of the greatest creator. If his life is half happy and half worried, with great ups and downs, it proves that he sometimes walks the way of the greatest creator and sometimes walks other ways. If a person's life is constantly troubled and full of obstacles, it can be affirmed that he has always been deviating from the way of the greatest creator and has never walked on it. Is there any theory to prove my above conclusion? I try to prove it with several connotations of the way of the greatest creator. You can see if it makes sense. One important connotation of the way of the greatest creator is to comply with nature, absolutely no coercion. If a person takes things as they are, follows predestined relations, acts in accordance with nature, and takes advantage of opportunities as they arise, does not force, does not coerce himself or others, lets what comes come, and lets what goes go, does not over-pursue, does not give up effort, eats peaches when he encounters peaches, eats apricots when he encounters apricots, does not have high ambitions, does not feel inferior, is not arrogant and indulgent, and is not habitually lazy, then his life will basically be smooth sailing, without great ups and downs, and without disappointment and heartbreak. Another connotation of the way of the greatest creator is non-action, non-contention, selflessness. A person who can stay in a 5-star hotel without arrogance and can live in a thatched house with peace of mind without self-destruction, who is grateful for eating gourmet food and is not tired of eating plain food, who does not contend or compete with others, does not reject what should come, does not cling to what should go, does not deliberately seek, plan, or take, likes what others do not like, enjoys what others do not enjoy, is not greedy, only takes a sip from thousands of rivers, does not excessively possess or own, does not excessively seek fame and fortune, is content with poverty and enjoys the Tao, often puts the interests of others and the public first and puts his own interests second, then he will not encounter obstacles and adversity. The third connotation of the way of the greatest creator is love. A person who only gives and does not ask for, only thinks about bringing happiness, joy, freedom, and bliss to others, does not set barriers and shackles for others, does not suppress and control others, does not snatch what others like, does not restrict others' freedom, does not bully, oppress, deceive others, does not argue with others, does not abuse and slaughter life, cherishes all life, respects all life, does not block others' way, and is willing to sacrifice himself to help others accomplish their goals, then he will not make enemies, will not be hated, and life will certainly be smooth and unimpeded. The fourth connotation of the way of the greatest creator is faith. Jesus Christ is the Son of the greatest creator, the messenger of the greatest creator. He conveys to us the information and will of the greatest creator. Jesus teaches us to seek the kingdom of the greatest creator, walk the way of the greatest creator, and all we need will be provided by the greatest creator. We do not need to worry about tomorrow, about the future, about our own food, clothing, housing, transportation, birth, aging, illness, and death. All these are arranged by the greatest creator. As long as we have this faith, the road of life will be smooth, safe, and unimpeded. The way of the greatest creator has 8 major connotations. Just the above 4 major connotations, faith, love, selflessness, non-contention, non-action, compliance with nature, and absolutely no coercion, are enough to ensure that our life is smooth and beautiful. If our life lacks faith and love, if we intervene, contend, and are selfish, if we do not comply with nature but force things, then life is bound to be troubled, painful, full of worries and fears, and full of obstacles. What do you readers think? Does what I say make sense? If it makes sense, adjust your thinking and consciousness immediately and firmly walk the way of the greatest creator.